Hi YouTubers, just coming back with a quick video just to kind of add on to what I talked about the last time about the drug addiction video that I made. Um, I don't condemn any kind of 12-step program or any kind of drug rehabilitation that anybody's going through. I just talk about what works for me. And I went to the 12 step several times and I tried my best to do it. And I had actually went through the 12 steps. But, after you go to the 12 steps, you be thinking, at least I think, well, what's the 13th step? What do I do next? Because I'm still afraid. So, I don't know, just so many things that I question. But what I did, I wrote down some of the you have to say these things, and I'm gonna read some of them. The number one says, we admitted we were powerless over alcohol and drugs, and that our lives have become unmanageable. And that first statement there just didn't resonate with me too well, because I couldn't picture myself being powerless over a man-made product. Alcohol is something that man made. I could see me being powerless over the weather or the water or the river or something, but man made alcohol and drugs and things, so I just couldn't swallow that one. And the second one says, we came to believe that a power greater than ourselves could restore us to sanity. I could go with that one. Made a decision to turn our will and our lives over to the care of God as we understood Him. I could handle that one. Um, we made a searching and fearless moral inventory of ourselves, and that was a process, because when you dig inside, you find so much stuff. But I had to do that. The fifth one says, admitted to God, to ourselves, and to other human beings the exact nature of our wrongs. I didn't do that. I admitted to God, but other human beings, no. Unless I had wronged somebody, but I didn't finish. I did it as far as I felt I needed to do it. The sixth one says, we are entirely ready to have God remove all these defects of character. I couldn't go by that one, because I couldn't see God removing all these things when it's my stuff. It seemed like it would be up to me to remove it. I used to sing a song, search me, Lord, search me. If you find anything that shouldn't be, take it out and straighten me. In my mind, I have to straighten out myself. It says, number 7, humbly ask Him to remove our shortcomings. That's another one. I pray to God to help me remove, not ask Him just, you do it, God, help me. Made a list of all persons we had harmed and became willing to make amends to them all. I could do that. I was able to do that. Would make direct amends to such people whenever possible, except when to do so would injure them or others. I understood that. Continue to take personal inventory, and when we were wrong, properly promptly admit it. Yeah, I could do that one. Sought through prayer and meditation to improve our conscious contact with God as we understood Him, praying only for knowledge of His will for us and the power to carry that out. Having had a spiritual awakening as a result of these steps, we tried to carry this message to alcoholics and to practice these principles in our daily affairs. So it was only one that I didn't resonate with, that we are powerless over alcohol and drugs. The serenity prayer, I love that one. Um, God grant me the serenity to accept the things I cannot change, the courage to change the things I can, and the wisdom to know the difference. So I just don't want anyone to think that I'm against any kind of form of rehab, whatever works for you. But this program at a Mecca is for people who have tried other rehabs and it doesn't work, because the way I did it, it was very drastic. I mean, when you just putting on an armor and going to war, this is really war against your mind, because this is a battle in the mind. Principalities, that's what it is. And you're fighting against yourself. You are the demon. You're fighting against yourself. So even in this situation, AA is a very dangerous place. I mean, because when I was there, I ain't gonna say most of them, a lot of people were there to hook up with somebody else to do drugs with. So if you hanging out in that group, you better be very careful. So, and your sobriety is a solitary thing. I mean, you could, if you did somebody wrong, you could go to them and say, "I was sorry, but I was on drugs," and blah blah blah. But you have to do this thing alone. This is very serious. So, but I thought I would come back today and you know make people understand what I was talking about, because some people AA is pretty strict, and like I told y'all, they put me out of AA because when you have to stand up and say, "Sonny, don't do that." Hello, hi, my name is Mary, and I'm a drug addict and an alcoholic. I stopped saying that. I said I was an alcoholic, and they put me out. They said you're gonna forever be an alcoholic. So I stopped going. But sometimes I would go back to inspire some people, and they would want me to read some things, some stories, and tell some encouraging stories. So I would go there occasionally. And one time I went, they had changed the opening statement, and people can say that I was an alcoholic, and you don't have to say I am anymore. So that's a good thing, because as a man thinketh, so is he. So we have to change our thinking. But I just want everybody to be encouraged. And the main thing is, when you say you're an addict, you don't have to feel so bad about being that. I think addiction is in the nature of humans, because I'm the type of person that I just watch things and I remember things a lot. But even when we were little children, it's something about spinning around. I mean, I know y'all probably remember, we would just spin around till we just fall out dizzy. Children do that, and because they like that feeling of being dizzy. So it's in our nature to do stuff like that, and roller coaster rides, and just the thrill. We are thrill seeking individuals, and the dopamine that we are your body, your brain makes, and it makes you feel good. So we can be addicted to more than just drugs. You can be addicted to sex, pornography, just a whole lot of things. Sugar, addicted to video games, sleep. I don't know. We just addicted to breathing. You better not stop breathing, but no, not breathing. That's just a natural reflex. But you know what I'm talking about. So we're just addictive beings, and some animals have addictions too, but man is a no, man is a good one for being addicted. So don't be hard on yourself. But if addiction comes and it threatens your life, if you know that you could die from what you're doing, that's when you really, really need to stop. And when I knew I had to stop doing drugs when my blood pressure would shoot up, and they would tell me that I was about to have a stroke. I knew I was going to kill myself if I didn't stop. So it's a life or death situation with me. So I haven't messed with anything like that since 1994, I believe. Something like, and people would say, "Oh, I've been clean this long, or 6 years, 7 years, and all that." After a while, you stop counting, because this is gonna be for the rest of your life. So it's not really important how long you've been sober, because you're going to be this way for the rest of your life. But the next video I'll make some little handouts. I'm gonna try to make some handouts, and I've got to make sure I have an audience that are interested in becoming free from the fear of relapse. I mean, because for the person who wants to get free from drugs, my program probably won't help you that much, because AA is probably what you need. But even after you finish that 12-step program with AA, you're going to want something else, because you are still going to be afraid. So I'm for those who have been clean for a while, but you still afraid of relapse, because this drug addiction thing is so powerful. It will come in your dreams. You will dream about smoking dope, or if you're shooting a needle, you'll dream about that just like a wet dream. And I've done that many a times. And just at the time when you think you about to get that rush from that, you wake up. It's just like a wet dream. And when you do that, you'll say, oh my God, I'm getting ready to fail. But it's not so. And it's not that you want to use dope because you had that type of dream. But this thing is stored still in your mind. And maybe somewhere 24 hours before you had this dream, you were wanting to finish something, or you wanted some ice cream or something. You wanted something that would give you pleasure, and you left it hanging. And so when you go into your sleep state, well, your brain is telling you, well, you remember this, well, this will make her happy, so we'll pull up this memory. So, but try your best not to go to bed wanting something that will make you crave. And even if you don't get it, when you have those I call them wet dreams about drugs, when you have that, don't be hard on yourself. Just all a process of getting well. But anyway, I'm coming up on 12 minutes, and we'll talk again next week, guys. Okay? Bye bye.